So is there another area of teaching that you were kind of a rude awakening that you can't just take home and do? Like you talk about you couldn't take papers home and grade them. They had to do here. Was there another point of the type B personality traits that also led to another change a year or two into teaching?
I mean, time management definitely. It's just one of those things that, like, if I didn't have a plan, like looking ahead, like if my curriculum map, if I'm not paying attention to that, and I'm just like, oh yeah, we could just keep doing, studying Rome for another week, or we could just, and it's one of those things that if I don't keep thinking ahead, then you're going to be behind. And so thinking that I can just, improv all the way and we're just gonna, just bebop on through at our own pace. Like it can't work that way. So having that, or whether you speed something through and then you leave things behind. So pulling in like the data portion of it, I'm like, oh, I know my kids, like I know where they struggle. And then you actually do an exit ticket for the first time in a while. You're like, oops, I missed that. So really having to do those checks and doing the data and all those little things that can, slip through the cracks. It's paying attention to those is what really kind of changed my outlook, I guess.
Do you think there are still type B personalities living inside of you?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Okay. So like, teaching hasn't completely broken the type B.
If you saw like my room or my side of our apartment, oh, it's absolutely evident. It's one of those things that it looks like a tornado goes through, but then like every week, it's just kind of like get it back together just for another tornado to come through. But I feel like this job makes you have to be a little type A.
That's fair.
I think another one would be organization, I think, because me and my life at home, like I could have like the piles of things, be like, I know exactly where my red socks are. They're over there in the second pile to the left. Like, but with kids, it has to be organized. Yeah. Like even with middle schoolers, like they have to know, like on the first day we went over, I told them, I was like, this is where the scissors and the colored pencils and repeat after me. Everyone point to the scissors.
That's probably so foreign to you personally.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, but I have to make sure my room is suitable for all those types. So kids can be independent and I can just be like, all right, we're doing this, this, and this. This is what we're doing today. Go. And I like having that feeling of like, they know where everything is. They know what their expectations are. And just going back to that front loading and making sure that they know what's expected of them. They have the rubric, they have the materials list, they know who they're working with and where they're working and blah, 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 blah. And I think just kind of making my room and how I operate in my classroom suitable enough for the type A, the type B, and whatever the other letters are. Yeah. And like little hybrids of both, because if they don't know that like this is where we turn in our papers always, if I don't front load them like, okay, today we're going to do this, or instead of doing this, we're going to flip flop this. Everyone make sure we know, tell the person beside you what I just said. And it might seem a little repetitive, but also making sure that I'm getting everyone and everyone's on the same page, because you don't want those type B friends just floating off into space, be like, I'll get it. Because I was that person. Yeah. The teacher spent all this time doing directions. She was like, all right, go. And I'm like, what are we doing? I was that kid that every teacher dreads. And you hear that out of the corner of the room, and you're like, nope. Ask a buddy.